Hi everyone! Today I wanted to share my favorite Wiccan book series, fiction. I love it so much. I read this series when I was like 14, but I think any age would really, really enjoy it. I love these books more than like Twilight, more than the big books like Harry Potter. Like, these books should have been just as famous because they're so good. So I was just going to show you the covers. There's 14 books. Wait a minute. Yeah, there's 14 books plus one sequel book. Basically, it's about this girl named Morgan. First I just want to say, like, it is Wiccan fiction, so unfortunately there's some fictional elements thrown in to confuse people. Like, that don't really know about Wicca, but I guess I'll just come out right and say those. So there's this thing that the author made up, and it's called a blood witch, which is just a hereditary witch. However, in these books, if you're a blood witch, then because you are a hereditary witch, you are like a natural I should stop doing bunny ears. You're like a natural witch, and you have way more power. And for example, you could like, with enough power raised, you could like wake up a dead flower and make it bloom, if you're a blood witch. So in that sense, it's not real. And yeah, there's a couple of other things, but other than things like that, it's really, really close to what Wicca is. The girl learns about like runes and about the Sabbats. They have Esbats. There's a coven. There's a coven leader who like teaches them things. And anyway, so it's about this girl who finds out that she was adopted. So she's like, I think she's 16 in the first books. She finds out that she was adopted. So like, it's a big surprise to her that her parents aren't her real parents, and she finds out that she's a blood witch, but has to do like some research to find out who her parents were, and she like finds out that she's really powerful, and people try to trick her into joining their groups. And it's really, there's a lot that happens because there's 14 books, but the way that it's written, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. When I would go from book to book, when I would go to a new book, I'd have to not read it until I knew that I had like 5 hours of free time, because I wouldn't be able to stop reading it. It's so good. So I'm just gonna go through and just do a little like show and tell of the covers. This is the first book. So she's just like looking through a tree. It's called Book of Shadows. Number 1. Okay, I'll try to go quick. Number 2, The Coven. And the titles don't give away anything really. Blood Witch. Dark Magic. Awakening. Spellbound. The Calling. Changeling. Strife. Seeker. Eclipse. That's not her, that's somebody else. Reckoning, and that's her, Morgan. And Full Circle is the last one. And then the sequel, looks like this. It's called Night's Child. It's supposed to be Morgan's daughter, so it skips lots and lots and lots of time, and it goes into her daughter's world. I used to think that she looked like me when I was like 14. Just looking at the time. Okay. Another thing in here that isn't like real Wicca is in these books, basically, so basically, like, the witches of the world have a bit of their own governing, almost. There's a group that, like, goes around and sort of tries to figure out if people are using their magic for, like, really bad reasons, like, because there's some groups in this book's world there are some groups that, like, try to do horrible things, and so it's about that kind of stuff, and it's also about love, it's about friendship, about family, heritage. I love these books so much. Oh, and I wanted to say, shoot, what did I want to say? I just looked at the time. Oh yeah. Okay, let me find the first book in this big pile that I have here now. Okay, so first book, I just wanted to show you a bit about how it's set up, because the whole series pretty much, there's always some kind of a mystery going on at the same time. So if you like mysteries, which I do, at the beginning of every chapter, hold on, at the beginning of every chapter, they have some kind of a quote. This is the quote up here. And then, so that's just a random quote that doesn't really have anything to do with much, but it's just kind of a thought-provoking thing about witchcraft or whatever. I think it's just quotes that the author wrote, though. And then down here, if you can see, right here, the font is different than down here. Down here is the start of the real chapter. Up here, it's supposed to be like handwriting, and they will put a little segment of certain people's diaries up here, but you don't know who it is unless you figure it out on your own. But it tells you secrets about the character, and different characters have different handwritings, so you're kind of like, ooh, who's that? And then you kind of figure it out, and you're like, oh my god, no way, are they really planning to do that? Or, like, I don't know. It's so good. I think I'm gonna do another video of just reading, like, a page of it, so you can kind of see why I love it so much. So this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and if you're interested, check out the next video. Alright, bye!